One thing about the French press that's interesting, people always love it because how different the coffee tastes. Well, the reason for that, I'll give you at least my simple reason, is it literally steeps the coffee, leaving the entire batch of water to soak the ground coffee for a fixed time. Any drip maker, automatic or manual, extracts by a different method of using a downward stream of turbulent water to physically extract. So really quite different in many ways, especially obviously in the cup in to your taste. So when I asked Jenni Morse, whose invention titled Simply Press, which is a press maker with its own evolution, its own tweaks, she humbly offered to use the ubiquitous Bodum maker if I wished. And I said, no, Jenni, use yours. It's fine for us to use the latest one as long as we explain the differences and help anyone so that anyone with any kind of press can make good coffee with it. I think she'll do just that. If you want the latest and well-made press, the Simply Press is definitely in the top rank. She'll also bring the press into the modern age by discussing how to make cold brew with it. It's interesting that just a short while ago, this method wasn't taken seriously by virtually the entire industry. I'm talking about cold brew now. No longer the case. And if you own a press, Jenni makes a strong case for realizing that you already own a very fine cold brew maker. Okay, we go to Jenni Morse at Klatch Coffee over in L.A. Jenni?
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, hi. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Thanks for having me today. I will be showing you how to make the perfect French press at home. And with most of us staying at home more often, it's a good time to really up your brewing game, as we're all here to learn today. And a French press is a simple way and an easy way for you to make gourmet coffee at home. So first, we've already preheated our carafe, so that would be the first step here. And also, to make sure we have all the tools of success here, we have our hot water here, we have our French press, of course we have our coffee. We do suggest having also a scale for consistency of brewing, a timer, which could be your phone. We do prefer a wooden spoon so you don't accidentally break your glass. And so for today, we will be brewing with a ratio of 1:16. We've seen anywhere between 1:15 to 1:17 when it comes to your coffee and water ratio. So we're gonna meet everyone in the middle here, 1:16 for today. And with Simply Press, we are grinding we are using a medium fine grind, as you can see here. With a traditional French press, you should go a little bit coarser. So I think medium coarse is usually the recommended. And the reason with Simply Press today is we have a double edge filter here, so we can go a little bit finer. All right, so the best part now, let's start brewing. So we're gonna do 30 grams of coffee in here. And for today, and you can see that. And then we're gonna do about 480, let's start this out, of water. And we also should start our timer at the same time here. And for Simply Press, we're gonna do a 3-minute timer. For a standard French press, you should be doing about a 4-minute timer. All right, and when you're pouring, make sure to immerse all the grounds and try to cover it as evenly as you can. But we will be stirring as well too, so we're gonna make sure everything is in there. So while we're waiting, at the first minute, we're gonna stir. And the reason why we do so is that to break the crust, as well as to make sure that everything is brewing evenly. And then at the second minute, we're gonna stir again, make sure everything is brewing evenly. And then at the third minute, we're gonna press down. And part of the reason too, that I like using medium fine grinds is I like to explore the different kinds of coffee. Ethiopian here is one of my favorites. And you can actually do it with a Simply Press, and you can even try it with a French press. You just have to go a little bit finer with the grinds, maybe medium. And we actually tested with a coffee scientist, and when we use medium fine grinds, we were able to extract 40% more than coarse, which means more flavor for you and more caffeine. And so another fun fact about coffee is that the lighter the roast, the more caffeine. And before, when I first started my journey in coffee, I actually thought the darker the roast, the stronger it is. I thought more caffeine. Well, I found out that the lighter I went, the more caffeine. So not only did I get more complexity in terms of flavors, but I also got a lot more caffeine. Okay, so we're gonna mix again. And then we're gonna get ready to press. Another fun fact about coffee is that it actually has more flavors than wine. And I was very excited to hear that because I was an avid wine taster, and now I love tasting coffee and cupping and doing blind tests. And it's a really fun way to get to open up your palate and to see if you can taste the same things as the roasters. And I believe you guys are doing some cupping today, perhaps, in a cupping class, so that should also be a good way to start at home. All right, as I've mentioned, with a standard French press, you want to wait about 4 minutes. For today, we're doing 3 minutes here. All right. And let's get this ready. All right, there we go. Time to press, and you want to press slowly with a standard French press as well too. And this one here, we do press a little bit into the coffee basket. And then there you go. All right, and there's your French press. And for another thing that we're going to talk about today is how to make cold brew with a French press. I'm not going to show you exactly how to do it, but we'll just walk you through it. You can actually use the same ratio as you did with your traditional French press brewing method. You can do 1/16, and all you do is put the coffee grinds down, like as we did with a traditional, and then you can leave it overnight in your refrigerator, about 12 to 16 hours really. So it's a perfect way to get it ready at night before bed, and then when you wake up in the morning, you can have nice cold brew. You just simply press down on it as you would with a French press, or save it for your afternoon coffee. So brew yourself a hot one in the morning and then have a cold brew in the afternoon for a little pick-me-upper. And again, you don't really need any other fancy equipment, just a regular French press will work for you.
I have Phil in Housatonic, Mass, who has a specific question for you, Jenni. She says, how does your press differ from Bodum's?
We like to say it's French press without the mess, but I also like to say it gives you a richer, smoother brew. We have that double filter where we've shown you can use a medium fine grind. You can really explore a variety of the flavors, and at the end of the day, it's also easier grounds removal too.
Okay, and then Kiki in Seattle, Washington asks, is Simply Pressed dishwasher safe?
Yes, it is. Especially for a busy mom such as myself, that's very important.
Well, it's kind of important here. We don't have little, our children are all grown. Well, once in a while they come over and they still use dishes, but we definitely, yeah, I always ask, want that too. And I honestly didn't know, or I would have answered it in the text thing, but now I do. Okay, well, thank you. And let me ask, how's the beautiful out there? You're in sunny California, aren't you?
Yes, it's definitely a beautiful day today, another beautiful day, and we love it down here. So, and I can't wait to have CoffeeCon LA back here and see you in person, Kevin.
I'm so looking forward to that, you know, but that's why we did this, because we finally got to the point where I said, I can't stand it anymore. We want to go online, and sure enough, the little village that I live in, you know, came to me and said, we'll help you put it on. So anyway, we're doing the next best thing. The next best thing, however, there's nothing like coming up and seeing you when you come to CoffeeCon and having a cup of coffee that you brewed for me in your Simply Press. taste the best of all.
Looking forward to that.
Okay.
Thank you, and thanks for having me today again as well.
Oh, thanks so much, Jenni. Talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm Jenni Morse, co-founder and inventor of Simply Press. Simply Press is the French press coffee maker artfully reinvented. We found a way to make the French press a little bit better. We wanted to bring a flavorful, smoother brew and bring out the best in our coffee. With the double filter here, where you can use medium fine grinds and use light roast, dark roast, single origin such as Ethiopian in your French press. And we have the coffee basket here for easy cleanup. All you have to do is press down with the filter. And you're done. This is the press ritual perfected.